Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our day 5 of our Python to AI program. So, before we start today's class, let us quickly recap what we have covered yesterday. Right. So, yesterday we started understanding the data types in Python. Right. So, these data types are of especially six. There are six different types of data types in Python. What are they? Fundamental data types, then sequence data types, list type data types, set type data types, dict type data types, and finally none type data types. So all these six data types, all these six different types of data types are really essential to learn as part of Python fundamentals. Because as we continuously work on the data, and we have to know the different types of data types present in Python language. And yesterday we have understood fundamental data types. Then also we got introduced to sequence type data types. So what are the different fundamental data types that we have understood or present in Python? Under fundamental data types, we have int, float, then bool, and finally complex. Okay, so what is the purpose of int? Int is used to store any whole number or integer, generally numbers without decimal values. Okay, and we also understood why Python is dynamically typed programming language, as we are not explicitly defining any data type for the data, for the values. Right. Then comes float. Float data type is used to store integers or numbers with decimal values. Done. What about bool? Bool data type is used to store true or false Boolean values. In Python, internally, true takes value 1 and false takes value 0. Okay, and small examples were also being carried out. Then finally, we understood complex data type. Under complex data type, first of all, what is the purpose? Purpose is to store complex values. When do you say a number as complex? When the number is in the format of a plus bj or a minus bj, where a is representing the real part of the complex number, b is representing the imaginary part of the complex number, and j is representing the square root, which is nothing but minus 1. The value is nothing but minus 1. Right. Under complex data type, we also understood real and imag attributes. Real attribute returns the real part of the complex number. Imag attribute returns the imaginary part of the complex number. So all these are very simple, and we have understood few examples as well for all the fundamental data types. Then we started with sequential or sequence data types, right? So under sequence data types, what did we learn? Strings or str data type. What is the purpose of str data type? Str data type is used to store sequence of characters. You can have multiple characters that are enclosed in quotations. Should I use only double quotations? No, you can also use single quotations. So should I use only single quotations? No, I can also use triple single or triple double. Then comes the question. So, as part of str data type, we can have two different types of strings. One is single line strings. That means you'll declare a string within a single line, and the second is multi-line string. So you can declare a string in multiple lines. For a single line string, all the types of quotations that we have discussed works. Whereas for multi-line strings, only triple single or triple double quotations work. Okay, single quotations and double quotations doesn't work for multi-line string. So be careful, guys. When you are declaring a multi-line string, you should always use either triple single or triple double quotations. Perfect. Now let us. What else was being discussed yesterday? I think we also discussed some operations, if I'm not mistaken. Operations that are performed on strings. First one is indexing. Yes. What is the purpose of indexing, or what does indexing means? Indexing is nothing but, extracting a single value or single character from the object. By default, indexing starts from 0. Right? When I take a string, by default, indexing starts from 0. When you go from left to right, what if you go in the reverse direction, right to left? -1. So pay attention, focus this. This is very important because time again we'll be using this indexing concept in Python. Right? In order to access the values, we obviously will go and use indexing. Then Python strings also support slicing. Yes. What is the syntax for slicing? Or what is the purpose of slicing? What does slicing means? Slicing is nothing but, you know, extracting a group of characters or a group of values. As in simple words, I can tell substring. If you want substring from the main string, you can use slicing. Right? And the syntax for the slicing is start colon stop colon step. What is the default value for start? 0. What is the default value for step? 1. What does stop follow? N-1 rule. That means when you don't pass any value for start, by default it takes 0. That means from the first character, everything will be considered by default. In the same way, if we don't, or if the end user does not specify step size, by default it considers one step. And stop takes this n-1 where it does not print or it does not take that nth value into the consideration. It stops at n-1 value. So this is the actual syntax for slicing, and a few examples were being discussed as part of slicing. Clear? Now let us continue our discussion with respect to strings. Then we'll also discuss next set of sequence type data types. Then we'll go to list type data types, which are very important as part of Python programming. Right. So let's get started, guys. So before we start the session, I'll repeat it again. Whoever is watching the video, if you feel that this information is useful, share across your groups, your friends, your relatives, whomever it might be. Okay, so that at the end everyone gets benefited. And if you want a certificate from us, you have to watch or you have to attend 80% of our classes, of our sessions, and we are not going to charge even a single rupee. That is true. Okay, but if you don't maintain this, kind of attendance, will not be providing any certificate for you guys. So some people I observe they are joining on daily basis, and you know they are even replying to my questions. So maintain it for the coming next few days as well, and you will be issued with the certificate. And we'll also post feedback form link in the chat during at the last of the session. I request all of you to give your valuable feedback and suggestions. All right, let's get started, guys. Now, let us discuss string concatenation. What is this string concatenation? Nothing but you can add two strings. You can combine two strings. Isn't it? Yes. How come? Let's work on it. So, here I have two strings. What are they? S1 is equals to hello. Let me execute line number 671. Done. Executed. The name of the string is S1. The value that is being stored in S1 is hello. Type is str, nothing but string. Size is 5. Size is different. Indexing is different, guys. Size is representing the number of the length of the string, right? So how many characters do we have in a string? 5. So the size will be 5. Don't get confused. I'm going to declare, I'm going to define one more variable s2, and the value is word. Okay, executed. So s2 holds, stores word as the value, and the type is str, the size is 5. Now, using an operator, what kind of operator it is? Can you please comment in the chat? What type of operator it is? Arithmetic operator. I hope you remember, guys, right? So using arithmetic operator, that is addition, I'm going to add s1 and s2. Is it possible, Akhil? Yes, it is possible, my friends. So let me execute it. What did we get? Hello world. What did you do? We just added hello and world. So the output is hello world. Do you have any space between hello world? No. Why? I did not mention any kind of, any other parameters in the print function. So I just gave print of s1 plus s2, which takes hello plus world. So the output is hello world. Done. No, Akhil, I want space between hello and world. Then look after line number 675. What am I doing? I'm taking the same line of code, but additionally, I'm coming up with a string which is having a space. Nothing but an empty string. with space, right? So let me execute this. Now I see space between hello and world. How simple it is. Like how we generally keep shortcuts or we write shortcuts in our nodes. In the same way, Python programming is designed. But you should follow some rules, some regulations, nothing but syntaxes. A string should always be declared in quotations. Yep, that we can do. Right? So we'll also discuss next set of data types. Hold on. So this is nothing but string concatenation, nothing but we can add strings. That is possible by using an arithmetic addition operator. Now let me introduce you guys to repetition. Can we repeat a string? Yes. The same concept, but this time with multiplication operator. Asterisk mark. S1 multiplied by 3. So what might be the output? S1 gets repeated for tries. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you got the logic. So hello is repeated for tries. But how can you get space? Either by adding space at the end of hello will directly give you space in your output. This is one way. If not, you can also add it in multiple ways. Just as an example, we have discussed it. Let me undo it. So concatenation was discussed and repetition is also clear. So we can add two strings using addition operator and we can repeat a string for n number of times using multiplication operator. From here onwards, we are going to discuss multiple operations on strings using multiple functions. So pay attention guys. I'm going to declare a string with the value hello world and assigning it to a variable small s. So small s is the name of the variable. The value is hello space world. The type is str where the size of the variable is 11. Why 11? 5 plus 5 plus 1. It's nothing but 11. Right. Now let us discuss upper and lowercase functions. What are these upper and lowercase functions? You can convert the entire string into uppercase. What is the meaning of uppercase? What is the meaning of uppercase? Simple. Converting the entire string into capital letters is nothing but uppercase. In order to convert the entire string into uppercase, we use upper function. In the same way, in order to convert the entire string into lowercase, we use lower function. So, as I told you, Python is functional oriented programming language and we time again use different types of functions present in Python. Okay, and what is a function? For time being, assume it as lines of code or sorry, block of code. Some block of code, some lines of code. Okay, so upper is a function which is used to convert the entire string into uppercase and lower is a function which is used to convert the entire string into lowercase. Right. Let me execute line number 684. Hello world, which is in lowercase, was being converted to uppercase. I hope you got the point, right? In the same way, let me also convert the string into lowercase. Anyhow, it is in lowercase, but lower function will generally convert the entire string into lowercase. In the same way, we have capitalize function. What does this capitalize function does? This capitalize function will make the string into proper case. What is the meaning of proper case? Any idea, guys? Proper case means the first letter of a string will be in uppercase followed by rest of the strings in lowercase. That is what capitalize function does. So this get converted as h in uppercase and rest of the characters in lowercase. Okay, before executing capitalize function, we also have title function. Title function will convert each and every word of your string into proper case. Something fishy, right? So before, you know, let me execute capitalize. Understood? Hello world is the string, is present in the string, and when I use capitalize function, H got converted into uppercase and rest of the characters are in lowercase. Whereas if I use title function will convert each and every word present in the string to proper case. H is in uppercase, W is also in uppercase. Okay, since I have only two words, okay, so for the two given words, it gets converted to, the first character of both the words are in uppercase and rest of the words are in lowercase. Now, next to title, we have swap keys. I'm taking the same. Okay, let me come up with, or define a new string where H is in uppercase, W is in uppercase, and rest of the characters are in lowercase. Right? So let me use swap case function. How does or what does this swap case function does? Swap case, nothing but the case of the original string gets swapped. So the output will be like H in lowercase, rest of the characters in hello will be converted to uppercase, W in lowercase, and rest of the characters in world will be in uppercase. So in simple words, swap case converts lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. So let me execute line number 693. I hope it's clear, guys. So just remember the function and what is the purpose of using that function. That's it. Right. Next to swap case, I am going to declare a new string. Okay. So what is the string? Hello. But if you see towards the left side of hello, I have spaces. Then in the same way towards the right side, I have spaces. Spaces. Excuse me. So let me print this. So, let me declare the variable. What is the size? 9. How come 9? 5 characters, 2 spaces on the left side of hello and 2 spaces on the right side of hello. So in total it will be 9. 2 plus 5 plus 2, 9. Okay, so we have a function called strip. What does this strip function does? What is the purpose of strip function? Strip function will actually remove the or strips of the spaces, the white spaces, unwanted spaces. Okay, so if I execute line number 697, you see the spaces were being stripped off. I believe that it's not that much clear here, but I had one more example. So let us complete this and understand well about strip function. What if you want to only strip off or strip left side spaces? We have L strip which removes only spaces in the left side of the string. See, hold on guys, we'll do it for the next example as well for better understanding. In the same way, we had R strip to strip the spaces on right side of the string, whereas left side spaces will be as is. See, Akhil, anyhow, the spaces example that you have told was not that much clear. Can you take any other, you know, special character and work on strip, L strip and R strip functions? Yes. Instead of spaces, let us take hyphen into the picture. So what is the size of, S present in line number 701? 5 plus 3 plus 3, it will be 11. Right? So by default, it is going to strip the white spaces, guys. Okay, if you want to strip any other character or say alphabet, okay, you have to mention it in the strip function. In line number 702, I mentioned it as hyphen. So it will strip all the hyphens from the string. See, there is no hyphen post applying strip function. Then let us work on L strip as well. So this L strip is going to strip all the hyphens present towards the left side, whereas it does not touch the hyphens that are towards the right side of the hello. Then we have R strip, which is going to do or which is going to strip only the hyphens which are towards the right side of the strip, and it doesn't touch the left side strips. Right? So strip, right strip and left strip are the functions. By default, it works or strips white spaces. Okay, if you want to strip any other character, you have to mention inside the function. Clear? It's very easy. Now, let me go with a new, say, a big string. Okay, and the string says like hello world, comma, hello Python. And this string I am going to store in S. Done. Okay, what is the size? 25. How come 25? Hello will be 5. Word has 5 characters. Hello is having 5 characters and Python has 6 characters. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6. It is 21. Then how many spaces? 1, 2, 3. 21 plus 3 is 24. And we also had a special character that is comma 24 plus 1 will be 25. So as I told you yesterday, each and every character present in the string takes size or length of 1. Right. Now let us use or let us understand what does count function does. Count function will actually count the number of times or the occurrences of hello in the main string. It's nothing but it counts the occurrence of substring in the main string. So when I execute, it will be 2. Why 2? In the main string, I have how many times hello I have? I have hello once here and hello repeating for the second time here. So it is 2. Then in the same way, let me also count O in the main string. How many O's do I have in the main string? 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. My bad. Clear, right? So count function will actually count the occurrence of substring in the main string, guys. Then the next function that we have is alpha. Is alpha function will check whether your string is only containing alphabets, whether the string that we have declared has only alphabets or not. So hello contains only alphabets and is alpha returns true. Is alpha returns either true or false. When does is alpha returns true? When the string contains only alphabet. When does is alpha returns false? When the string contains, like say, digits, special characters, anything apart from alphabets. If they are present in the string, then is alpha function returns false. See. Why it returned false? 1, 2, 3 are numbers, digits. Then the next function that we have is digit. Is digit function will return only true or false. Like how is alpha returns true or false, in the same way is digit also returns true or false. Then is all num, which is nothing but is alpha numeric, returns true or false. So these three functions return only Boolean values. We understood is alpha, right? In the same way, is digit returns true when the entire string has only digits. Then when does is digit function returns false? When the string holds, say, characters, alphabets, or any special characters. Apart from digits, if a string contains any other character, then each digit function returns false. Let me execute it. So this will be true and this will be false. Clear? Now, is all num, which is nothing but is alpha numeric. Is alpha numeric function returns true when your function has alpha, both alphabets and numbers, digits. So this will return true. Then is all num returns false when the string contains any special character. What is the special character that we had here? Space. Even space is considered as special character. So be careful, guys. Space is considered as special character. Done. False. I hope it's clear. Next to is all num, we have is space. Is space also returns only true or false. So whatever the function that we have discussed so far, if it is starting with is, it returns either true or false. Is space, that means you are checking whether the string has only spaces or not. So this will return true because the string has only spaces, the white spaces. Whereas in line number 725, instead of having spaces, we have alphabets. So this should return false. Clear, right? Now let us go and understand uh, the replace function. Okay, for that I'm using a string hello world, and using replace function I'm going to replace world with Python. So we have to specify what we are going to replace with what. Okay, so the output will be hello Python. Instead of hello world, it will be hello Python. Right. Then we have split function. What does the split function does? Split function is used to split the string. By default, it takes the delimiter as white space. I am defining a string hello world. Now I am going to split the string using split function. Okay, so hello world will be split into hello and world. Why? By default, wherever there is a space, okay, so the string gets split, and where are we storing it? We are storing the output in words. See. So what is a list? We'll discuss, guys. For time being, ignore this. Now I am going to print the words hello and world. Split function by default splits the string, and the default delimiter that was being considered is white space, the space. Then using join function, I am going to join the words. What are present in the words? In words, I have hello and world. How are we going to join them? Using hyphen. So using hyphen, I am going to join the words present in the words. See. So split for splitting and join for joining the values. Clear? Now, the next function that we have is find. For that, let me define my string hello world. Done. Using find function, I am going to find whether I have world in yes or not. Yes is nothing but my string. So find function will actually find whether the given string is present in the main string or not. But instead of resulting as true or false, it returns index. What does this 6 means? Let me explain you. Hello world is our string. So using find function, I'm going to find whether world is present in hello world or not. Now let me get the index numbers for all these characters. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 11. So in total 11. Then what are we going to find? World, right? So where is world getting started? At index 6. So instead of resulting true or false, find function returns the index. Be careful, guys. It does not return true or false. No. If it finds that particular substring in the main string, it returns index, the starting index. Clear? What if you know a particular substring is not present in the main string? I want to find whether Python is present in hello world or not. Is it possible? Yes. But will it result any error? No. It will result -1. What does -1 indicate? -1 indicates that Python is not actually present in hello world. Nothing but Python is not present in yes. S is a string. Clear? Then the next function that we have is starts with. Okay, so this starts with is actually checking whether the substring is, you know, this hello is being used to start the string or not. So this will result true because hello yes is holding hello world. In S we have hello world and hello world starts with hello world. Hello. Right? In the same way, we have ends with function, which is used to the purpose of ends with function is used to check for a given string whether the main string is getting ended with this substring or not. So hello world ends with world, and this should also return true. Starts with, ends with, returns only Boolean values, guys. Right. Next to all these functions, we have some special characters, in Python, \n, which is a new line character. If you have \n inside a string, which is representing that it's a new line character. When you try to print this line number 747, hello will be printed in one line and world will be printed in the next line. Whatever is present next to \, will be printed in the next line. Let us do it. Done. Clear. Hello in one line and world in the next line. Why? Because world is present next to \n. \n is a new line character. In the same way, we have \t, which represents tab space. So when you try to execute line number 748, it returns hello with tab space then world. See, this is a tab space that we have. Yep. I hope it's clear, guys. Now comes the string formatting, and the string formatting actually is actually talking about the replacing or formatting of strings. What exactly is the string formatting? So, uh, when you want to format your string with any other values, you have to use string formatting techniques. And string formatting can be done in multiple ways. Okay, so let me show you three different ways over here where we have used f strings, then format function, and percentage operator. Using percentage operator also we can do string formatting. Right. Let me start with a variable. I'm going to store a string in name, that is alias, and age is one other variable which holds a value of 25. Okay, so I want to use these two names or these two values and do string formattings using f strings. In f strings, we will especially specify f in front of a string where this pvm understands, or python virtual machine, the interpreter understands that it is a string. So what exactly happens? So my name is, wherever it identifies this flower braces, it tries to replace with the value for that flower brace. So my name is Elias and I am 25 years old will be the output. This is the concept of F strings. In F strings, we have to specify F in front of the string, and in the place of flower braces, the values will be formatted. Let me execute. See. The same output can be achieved using format function. Instead of using F strings, you can go and use format. Okay, so I'm going to take the same string, and wherever I have flower braces, I want to format them with the values of name and age. So this is also going to result as the same output. There is no change with respect to the output. Okay, and what if you are not again interested in using format function also? Simple, you just use percentage operator, modulus operator. Okay, so where when you are using percent operator, you have to declare it as percent %s and percent %d. Percent %s is representing string and percent %d represents digit. Okay, so the values will be formatted in this way. As name holds a string, it will be formatted exactly at percentage %s, and age holds a digit, it will be formatted at percentage %d. So let me execute this. The output will be seen. This is called as string formatting. You are formatting the string using any one of these techniques, either f strings or format function or simply percentage operator. So depending on the type, you carefully do more examples and you know use that percentage or say the while characters. Right. So we have understood strings well, and here comes strings are immutable. What does the meaning of immutable mean? Immutable means strings cannot be changed or they cannot be edited. We cannot edit a string once if it got created. For example, if I create a string, this is my string hello, okay, and if I want to edit this string, it's not possible. That is the meaning of immutable. We cannot edit a string. Okay, so strings are immutable in nature. Let me show you with an example. I have declared a variable and the value inside the variable is hello. Now I want to replace s of 0 with h. That means this position I want to replace with capital H. So when I try to do this, see, I'm getting an error. What is the error tells? It's a type error. It tells that str object, string object does not support item assignment. You cannot assign any item to a string. It does not support. So that is the reason strings are immutable. Okay, once if you create a string, it's not possible to edit the same string. Instead of doing that, let me create a new string. How? I'm taking capital H, then s of 1 colon. What is the meaning of this? Where did we or where did we come across this s of 1 colon? This is nothing but the concept of slicing. I hope you remember slicing. Start, stop, step. What is the value that was being mentioned? Start. Did we have stop and step? No, right? So by default, it has to go till the last of the string, taking a step of 1. From where it has to start? It has to start from index 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is nothing but E L L O. So the output will be H E L L O, and this will be stored in yes. See, if you want me to do only this part, yes, I selected only this part and I'm executing. See, it's ELLO, and after getting ELLO from S, I'm going to do string concatenation and print S. It's nothing but hello in proper case. The hello which is in lower case was being converted to hello in capitalize, the output of capitalize function. So I hope this is clear, guys, and this marks the end of strings. I'll quickly recap what we have covered so far. So today we have started with you know the functions. First of all, we started with concatenation. Using addition operator, we can add strings. Then using multiplication operator, we can repeat a string for n number of times. Then upper function is used to convert the entire string to uppercase. Lower function is used to convert the entire string into lowercase. Capitalize function is used to convert the string into proper case. Title function is used to convert each and every word in the string to proper case. Swap case is used to swap the cases of each and every character present in the string. Strip function is used to strip the unwanted spaces, white spaces present by default, white spaces case. Okay, so unwanted spaces present in the string. L strip is used to strip only the left side unwanted spaces, and R strip is used to strip only the right side unwanted spaces. Then count function is used to count the occurrence of substring in the main string. Uh, is alpha returns true when the string contains only alphabet, and it returns false when there are any other digits or say special characters. Okay. Next to is alpha we have, excuse me, my bad. So next to is alpha we have is digit. Is digit function returns true when the entire string has only digits, and each digit function returns false when when the string has say alphabets or any special characters. Then is all num returns true when the string has both alphabets and characters, and it returns false when there are any special characters in the string. E space returns true when the string has only spaces, and E space returns false when there are any other characters apart from spaces. Then replace function is used to replace the substring in the main string with the replaced word. Then split function is used to split the string into tokens, and join function is used to join all the tokens into the string. Find function is used to get the to find the substring present in the main string and make sure that remember that find function will return only the index, not true or false. Find function returns true index. What if the substring is not present in the main string? Then it returns -1. Starts with returns true or false whether it checks with the substring, whether the substring is being used to start the main string. If it is yes, then it returns true, and ends with also does the same. It checks the substring whether it is being used to end the string, then it returns false. Then we have, some special characters, backslash and backslash t. Backslash n is a new line character, and backslash t is a tab space character. And we also understood string formatting. And finally, the immutability nature of strings. Strings are immutable. Once if they are created, we cannot change a string. We cannot edit a string, right? Because it does not support assignment action. So this is a clear and brief understanding about strings. Next to strings, we have bytes data type. Again, the purpose of for bytes and byte array, I haven't added any kind of examples, because in order to again teach bytes and byte array examples, we have to go and first focus on list type data types, then we'll focus on the examples. Okay, so what is the purpose of bytes data type? The purpose of bytes data type is to store sequence of you know positive numbers, integers, but ranging from 0 to 255. Only from 0 to 255 it allows to have these numbers as part of bytes data type. Okay, bytes also support both indexing and slicing, and this bytes does not, you know, they are immutable. Okay, so once if a byte object got created, you cannot change it or you cannot edit it. So this is a crisp introduction for bytes. Then in the same way, we also have byte array, which are same as it is of bytes. They also used to store positive integers between a range of 0 to 255. They support indexing and slicing as well. But the only difference between bytes and byte array is bytes are immutable, whereas byte array is mutable. That means even after creating a byte array object, we can change it in the memory. Yes, this is supported by byte array. So that makes the difference between bytes and byte array. Will not waste much of our time. We'll proceed here with the next sequence data type, that is range. So what is range data type? Range data type is used to store again integers. Okay, we can store integers as part of range data type. Okay, and as per the properties of range data type is immutable. So you cannot change a range object once it got created. Okay, and it supports both indexing and slicing as well. So we are going to discuss all the examples here, and the syntax is again the same, but a function called range will be used. Start, stop, step. Range of start, comma, stop, comma, step. In slicing, in square braces, start, colon, stop, colon, step. Close the square braces. So there is a similarity between range and slicing syntax, but it's comma guys, not colon. Okay, inside range function it is start, comma, stop, comma, step. Now let me go with an example. R is equals to range of 0 comma 11. Okay, r is equals to range of 0 comma 11. So start takes 0, stop takes 11, and step by default takes 1. So if I execute it, it creates a range object. Why it is not showing me the values? It is a range object. Okay, what should I do in order to see the values that is present in this object? Okay, let me use print function. Even print function is also printing the same, right? It's a range of 0 to 11. That is what it is written in this. In order to see the values, or in order to visualize, or say in order to get the information about the values present in a range object, the only way that we have is loops. I'm using for loop. What is a loop? Again, the question rises. Loop is, or loops are generally used to perform an action continuously. If I want to do an action for multiple times, then we use loops concept. So we'll discuss more about loops in loops topic. One of the widely used loops in Python is for loop. Okay, and the syntax of for loop is for variable in object, okay, or iterable, right? For and I are nothing but keywords in Python, and this syntax, when you see the syntax, it is actually, referring to for loop. So let me execute this for loop. What happens is, you can take any variable, and this variable takes each and every value present in this iterable, that is nothing but range of 0 comma 11, and it prints the value print of I. So when I execute this, the loop continues and prints all the values. 0 first, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why not 11? Because stop, you know, it has to stop at n minus 1 value. So 11 minus 1 will be 10. So at 10 it stops, and I, you see, I finally takes the value of 10. If I want to draw, say if I want to draw a circle for 100 times, so this is what I do, right? Continuously, 100 times. So instead of doing the same task multiple times, we have a concept called loops in Python. These loops are used to perform an action for multiple times. Okay, what is my action here? I want to print each and every value present in R. What is R? R is nothing but it's a range object with 0 to 11, nothing but 0 to 10. So I want to print all the values, so I'm printing them to the console. I hope you understood, guys. Now let me proceed with one more example for range, but this time I'm also bringing step into the consideration. So can someone comment what will be the output? The same case, what will be the output for this for loop? For val in R colon print of val. Why it is written in this fashion, we'll discuss later, guys. Let us ignore it for now. Just focus on the output in order to understand the range data type. Come on. The output will be 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Why not? First of all, why not 11? Because 10 plus, what is the step size? It is 2, not 1. So the next number will be 12. After 10, it will be 12. Then 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 2, 16. 16 plus 2, 18. 18 plus 2, 20. Should I go beyond it? No, because the stop value stops at n minus 1. 21 minus 1 is nothing but 20. So 20, yep, we have exceeded. We have reached the limit. I hope it's clear. Now let us proceed with the concept of indexing. What is R of 0? It's nothing but 10. The first value which is present at 0th index, 10. As we have discussed, range data type supports indexing and slicing. R of 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be 20. Good. Guys, if you are aware, I want you to answer in the chat. What will be the output for line number 803? R of minus 3. Indexing. For indexing, you have to use only square braces. Nothing else, guys. Right? R of minus 3 will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. 16. Yes, good. R of 2 colon 5. Starting from 2, ending at 4. 2, 3, 4. So the values at 2, 3, 4 positions will be printed. 2, 3, 4. 14, 16, 18. So range data type supports both slicing and indexing. But instead of giving the values, it will give you again a range object. In order to see the values again, you have to go and use for loop or any loop. Now you will see the output. Clear? Right. So as we discussed, range data type is range objects are immutable, and let me try, changing it. At 0th position, instead of having 10, I want to change it to 0. It says range object does not support item assignment. So nothing but it is similar to strings. It does not support the item assignment. Now let us generate a table. Okay, this is something important. Focus. Using range function, I am going to get the entire phi table. Is it possible? Yes. I am going to declare a variable, and the value that I have in the variable is 5. Done. Now I am going to have a for loop using a range function. Okay, range data type 1 comma 11, nothing but 1 to 10. For I in range of 1 to 11, print n, nothing but 5. X is nothing but string. Then I, first for the first iteration it takes 1, then is equals to, then it performs multiplication n into I, nothing but 5 into 1. So 5 into 1 is equals to 5. Then it goes to the second iteration. 5 into 2 is equals to 5 into 2, nothing but 10. Then third iteration, 5 into 3 is equals to 5 into 3, nothing but 12, 15. My bad. Then fourth iteration, 5 into 4 is equals to 20. So in this way, it will print till 10, the entire phi table. How simple it is. Just think of, you. The only thing that we have to focus is, syntaxes. Understand the syntax, be clear with your basics, you can write any kind of code. Trust me guys, Python is very easy. I hope it's clear. Right. Now let us get introduced to list category data types and then we'll stop our session. We'll just get introduced to it and then we'll stop for the day. So in the next sequence, we had list category data types, and the purpose of list category data types is to store, say, similar or different type of types, data types, either with duplicate or unique values. Either you can have multiple strings, it's nothing but it's a collection of multiple strings or a collection of strings, integer, float, or any data type, whatever the data type might be, you can have store such kind of values under one variable. That's nothing but list category data types. Understood? Now, under list category data types, we have list and tuple. So let us understand list first, then we'll go for tuple. What is list? List is again a built-in data type which is part of list category data types, which is used to store similar or different data type elements with unique or duplicates. You can have a single value or a duplicate multiple values of the same type. Okay, so here we have some examples. Let us discuss these before we do hands-on. And the elements of a list can be written, you have to keep all the elements of the list within the square braces only, guys. Within the square brackets, we have to keep the elements of a list. Okay, so let me create an empty list. See, here we had an empty list. Do we have any elements in the list? No. What is the size? 0. There is nothing inside the list. So it is an empty list. Okay. So what is the type? List. How does PVM recognize that it is a list? Simple. A list should be declared, or all the elements of the list should be written within square braces. Instead of writing the values, I want to create an empty list. So I did not keep any value inside the square braces. It created an empty list. Even I'm keeping my variable name as empty list. So the name of the variable is empty list and the type is list, size is 0, which represents that this is an empty list. Then lists are mutable. What is the meaning of mutable? That means even though the list has been created, you can modify, you can change, you can edit. Yes. Then list supports indexing and slicing. It supports both indexing and slicing, similar like strings. Okay, then range. Then lists are ordered. As they are indexed, each and every element will have an unique index number. Because of this, they maintain order. Okay, and duplicates are allowed. You can have multiple duplicates within a list. So let us, work on it. If someone asks you to create an empty list, either you can create in similar to line number 831, we can create an empty list. If not, you can do it using, line number 833. What are we doing here? We are going to use list function and create an empty list. See, Empty list is nothing but our name of the variable. The value is, there is no value inside the list. It's an empty list. And even though if we are creating using list function, it is square braces with empty square braces. Then let me create a list with integers, only integers, 1, 2, 3, 4. The elements of a list should be comma separated. They will be comma separated. Okay, so let me execute this. You see, done. Under variable explorer, the name of the list is numbers and the type is list. Size is 4 and the values are 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 elements, size is 4. Okay, then can we have a list with mixed data types? Yes, that's what we have discussed, right? A list can have similar elements of similar data types or elements of mixed data types as well. So I'm going to create a list with integer, string, and float. Will it accept? Yes, it will. What is the size? It is 3. What are the elements? 1 apple, 3.14. Akhil, I'm not able to understand properly. Can you please explain one more time? You need not worry, my friend. Just double click on this. It will open a pop-up window and it talks about the list in detail. So at index 0, we have an integer. What is the size of it? 1. What is the value? 1. At index 1, I have an str type, nothing but string. What is the size of the value? 5. What is the value? Apple. At index 2, we had a float element. What is the value? 3.14. So obviously it is a float data type and the size is 1. So advantage of using Spider. This is a unique advantage coming from Spider where any other IDE, no other IDE doesn't provide this unique feature. You can go till any kind of depth. Right? So I'll stop here for the day and tomorrow we'll continue with list data types and also we'll discuss few other data types. But I want you guys to continuously, you know, do hands-on and be prepared for the next class. Yep. So can you please ask your questions? If no questions, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Do hands on. We'll connect tomorrow at the same time.